As usual, just waiting for it to make sure it all loads up and is good to go. Hope you're having a good day. Apparently, my necklace is crooked. That's the wrong way to turn it. But happy Tuesday. I hope you're having a lovely day. Once again, since it's Tuesday, I'm here with tips to help you with your social media content on how to get more strategic about it, how to get more results. Again, I don't want you just filling up your business posts and page and website with content that doesn't do anything. The content's supposed to lead to a result, so I'm here to help you with that result. So, all right, so today we're going to talk about the posting consistently, especially when in the beginning you don't see results. Now, this I admit is coming from I had a conversation with a newer business owner yesterday, a friend of mine, and she was just really discouraged because she's been trying to figure out how to find clients through social media for a while now, but she feels really frustrated. So what I help other people do is I help them write organic social media, which means non-paid. So showing up in a way on your social media business page where you get clients from those social media posts, right? What struck me is she was really frustrated because she has tried posting some, not a lot, not consistently, and she was frustrated and she said, it doesn't work. I've been posting on my profile, but it doesn't work. I haven't gotten clients. I don't understand why I should bother. It doesn't work. And I really felt for her. It's really frustrating to be in those beginning days of your business when you see so many other people making, like having all of these comments on their posts and these they're posting these killer numbers for their monthly revenues and the number of their clients. And it's so frustrating to be in those early stages when you feel like you're posting on social media for your business and you're getting zippo. You're not getting engagement, you're not getting comments, you're not getting clients. And you feel like, why am I putting this time into posting on social media when they're getting clients left and right? So I want to encourage you that if you are in that place, I want to help reframe what you can expect. I want to go through the math of why it takes a while for posting on social media to pay off, but also to assure you that I know in the beginning it's rough, you aren't getting anything, you feel like you're probably wasting your time, but I want to encourage you that if you do it right, if you do it consistently over a period of time, 90 days or more, it's not overnight, but once you get it rolling, it's a great way to have clients for next to nothing. It's been a great source for me. It's still the way that I get and find my clients, but also I'm in a different place. So for those who are in that beginning stage, who haven't seen the payoff from their social media profiles, we're ready to give up on that. This is to help encourage you and to kind of help give you a reference for your expectations. So here's the math, and then we'll go through and break down strategies and stuff like that. I want you to have faith that it works, because it does, and it works really well. And I want to encourage you to push through this hard early time to get to the next phase. So I'm not going to get as much into what exactly to post. I'll touch on that a little bit. This is more on the importance of the consistency, the reasoning behind it, and how it can pay off. So I'll talk about two different analogies. One is a garden, one is dating. I've talked about dating as an analogy many times before, but let me get into the math right now so that you understand. Okay, so when it comes to marketing for your business, say that pretty much all you're doing is friending new business owners and posting on social media, ideally on your profile, but at least on your page, ideally on your profile. So say all you're doing is friending people and posting on social media. Again, I want you to hang in there for 90 days of posts, if that's all you're doing, at least 90 days before you throw in the towel. So if you've only put up a few posts or you've only been posting for about a month, I want to encourage you to keep going. Now here's why. I don't want you to just feel like I'm just blowing smoke up your skirt. There's a reason why. Okay, so let's say this. Of the posts you put up, a client will only see 10% or less of your posts, okay? That's an important thing to understand. All of the posts you put up, of the people you're connected with, only 10% will see it, okay? So that already means that you have to post a lot more than you may think you do. Even best case scenario, the odds of your posts getting seen is maybe 10% or less. So that's something you have to keep in mind. Now here's another thing to keep in mind. On the sales perspective side of things, to make a sale, it depends on the business, but to make a sale, a client will have to see or interact with you between 5 and 20 times. So if we're putting this into social media perspective, 90 days in a row, yes, I'll keep going through the math, Candida, but that is a pretty good baseline, so I'll keep going through it. Hi, Jim, Merry Christmas. So, okay, so 10% of your posts get seen. So in order to make a sale, a client will have to touch base with you 5 times. So let's do the math. Best case scenario, if they only need to interact with you or see posts from you 5 times to buy from you, and they only see 10% of your posts, you would have to post at least 50 times for that 10%, those 5 posts, to be visible, right? And guess what? If you're posting, let's say, 5 days a week, you're posting every weekday, how long will it take you to post 50 times, right? So 50 times 5 days a week, that's 10 weeks. So therefore, you got 2.5 months of posting for best case scenario for your content to turn around if you're posting consistently, okay? So again, this is why I say 90 days is a pretty good marker. I'll go into what I've seen in the real world from my clients, from myself and my mentors, I've seen the results where this is a good marker. This is a good way for it to matter. And again, this is just a general framework. Different businesses have different touch points, and there are other factors which I'll get into further on. All right, Tim, I have a business Facebook page. Do I need to friend people from IT and post there, or friend them from my personal account and they'll see my post on my business page? It's a good question, Tim. So the best way for them to see your content is if you friend them personally, and if you friend them, they can't see the content on your page unless they like your page. If you want them to see your business post and they're just friends with you without liking your page, you will have to put business posts on your personal profile. Some people are more comfortable than that with others. A good medium point, if you feel a little iffy about that, is you can always post things from your page and share them onto your profile, so they look a little bit different. But if you want the IT people that you friend to see your posts and they don't follow your page, you're gonna have to post on your profile, okay? All right, so again, this is why I had this 90-day framework for you guys, because there's a limitation to how many people see your posts. You have to interact with people a lot of times in order for them to get comfortable enough to make a sale. And in order to get there, posting consistently is the fastest way to do it. So for example, that's why I have that number for you guys. 50 posts, they see 10% of them, 5 touch points. That's the minimum roughly for like the industry numbers. Again, every business is different, but this is what sorry, it's the end of the day here for me, but that's the framework. All right, so I'm gonna give you 2 analogies here. Friend people from it, not from IT. Oh good, I'm glad it helped Tim. I saw the capital IT and that's what I just assumed. Okay, so 2 analogies for you here to help you with the idea of like being patient. Especially because, again, I know that if you haven't gotten results yet, it's really frustrating to see people who have all the comments, all the engagement, all the clients. They're at a different place. And the 2 analogies I can think of is just like, say you're not in a relationship and you see someone who's married with kids. It's just like, that's not going to happen for you, in a week. It takes time to build up to that level. So there is a level of patience when it comes to like that sales process, to people interacting with you, building trust with you, getting to know you enough to give you their money. Think of it like dating. So think about, this sounds silly, right? It's just like, say you go on 7 dates, and then you declare there's no marryable men out there, no one wants to marry you, that's it. That's it, that's the whole 9 yards. That's not how it works. So think of these 50 posts kind of like 50 dates. And that could, you have to kind of like put some time into it. Getting to the sale takes some time. It takes some building trust. And this is where I get to the next analogy, which really I think helps. You kind of have to think of maybe it's cheesy, but whatever, it works. You need to think of like your social media content and strategy, kind of like a garden. Think about it. It's just like say you go out and plant seeds today, and then you go out next Tuesday, and you're like, "Where's my carrots? Where's my potatoes? Where's my this is bullshit. These seeds are broken. They don't work." And it's kind of like that. It takes patience, it takes nurturing. There's a maturing process that the seed has to go through, just like there's a maturing process that your content and your social media has to go to. So think of each client like a plant. And they all start from a seed, and it takes some time to nurture them to the point where it bears fruit, where you can, harvest or, have the sale. It helps to think of it that way. It's really frustrating when all you have is a bare patch of dirt and a bunch of seeds in the ground, and you don't know if anything is going to work, and you're frustrated because your next door neighbor on social media is like harvesting truckfuls of tomatoes, but you're starting from the beginning. You're starting from seeds. Everything you've put down is seeds, and it takes some time to get them to the point where they bear fruit. So I want you to keep that analogy in mind. I'm going to keep using it. So give it enough time. Posting correctly on social media, I'll get into that a little bit, does work. There is a point in the beginning where you have to be gritty, and you have to have faith, and you have to look at the results of others to keep going. So I'm going to share with you a couple of case studies. I know that it's really frustrating to post for a month and not see anything, to put thought into these really well-written pieces and get no comments. I know it's frustrating, but in time, if you do it right, it does pay off. So you guys probably know, I talk about Alyssa Dillon. She was the first business coach I hired. She created 2 multiple 6-figure businesses from organic social media marketing, from posting consistently. She added other things to help with her growth, but she didn't do paid ads until much, much, much later. But she did networking, she did friending, she did messaging. But what she did is she was very good about posting consistently on social media. That was the baseline. And also a quick note for anyone who's thinking about doing paid ads and stuff like that. I'm not an expert on this, but something I want to encourage you to think about, because I happen at WeWork to sit next to a guy who specializes in PPC, pay-per-click, and things like that. You do need to have some kind of organic social media base for the ads to work from. You can't just buy an ad and expect, money to come rolling in. No matter what, you're going to have some kind of organic, by that I mean non-paid, social media presence and things like that. So again, Alyssa Dillon, she's a person I learned this strategy from, and she built a multi-6-figure business from it. But she was consistent about it for an extended period of time. And there's another case study. One of her first students that did the best was this woman, Becky. By following Alyssa's plan, she was able to make 20K months within 4 months of starting with Alyssa, pretty fast. That's not my result. I'm not saying that'll be yours, but it's just a case study. She did the social media marketing and posting, and it worked. It didn't work right away. Her first month wasn't 20K, but I just am trying to put the thought in your head that this does work. It can pay off, but not right away. I'm a case study in this. I started from zero. When I was working with Alyssa, I actually pivoted. When I first started working online, I thought I was going to do bookkeeping, and instead I pivoted halfway through coaching with her and realized, oh my God, I need to be doing writing. And I'm really glad I did, but you know what that means? I had started out with this idea of bookkeeping and started, building contacts in that way, and then I had to start from zero. I had to start from absolute seeds, just like some of you guys may be doing and struggling with right now. No one, even though I had a degree from journalism, a million years ago, feels like a million years ago, I didn't have any contacts in that field. I didn't have anyone who was willing, I didn't have a portfolio, I didn't have anything to show. And I started from zero. And I just had to hold on to the faith that what I'd seen work for Alyssa and what she taught me was going to pay off. So I kept planting seeds, I kept talking to people, I kept putting up content, I kept doing Facebook Lives, even though I was uncomfortable and it was new and it felt weird. And in the beginning, I did supplement it. I did supplement it with like commenting and posting a lot more in Facebook groups, doing some DM follow up in a way that I learned from Ryan Dowdy. That's not sleazy. If you need help with like the sales process, she's fantastic. Go find Ryan Dowdy. Don't walk, run. But I've now got my business and content in a way where I almost never have to send those messages anymore because it's been built up. But again, I didn't get there in the first month. It was months of posting and strategic work before it got there. So don't get discouraged. You're still building stuff. And I've also seen this when it comes to people in my content membership. You guys know there's a link to it I have in the bar. If you want to check it out, great. There's a week's worth of posts there where you can kick the tires, see if you like it, stuff like that. When I first released the content membership back in June, I was scared to death, of course, that it wouldn't work. But here's what I noticed. After about 3 to 4 months, again, I'm telling you, 90 days is about when things start to turn a little bit, if you're lucky. It was about 3 to 4 months after I released it that I started hearing these big results. People getting more clients, people doubling their client base. The ones that had been the most consistent users of the membership, who had been posting the most consistently, they didn't get results right away, but within a couple of months, with around that 90 to 120 day window, things started to turn, and now they're busy. Their posts have comments, things of that nature. So that's what I'm saying. This isn't just me. This isn't just something wrong with you. If you post consistently and strategically over a 90-day period at least, you should be seeing results. It's happened for lots of people. There's no reason it can't happen to you, but you do have to hold the faith and have that grit. And I do want to explain like why it gets faster and easier later. It's just like, it's hard to see other people doing so well from it when you're starting from scratch. I know, because like I said, I was there. I had a bare patch of dirt and I didn't know what I was going to do with it or if what I was doing was working at first. Here's why it looks so easy for me, for other online professionals, and why sometimes maybe we're a little too flippant about encouraging you to post consistently. Our garden is at a different stage. So when you start from zero, you're starting from nothing but seeds. And I told you, there's like those 5 to 20 touch points when it comes to your sales process. You're all starting, all of your seeds are at 0 touch points. So you are growing all of your seeds from that position, right? Super low. So everything is starting from scratch. For me, I have this big rambling garden, and all of my plants are at different touch points. I have some who are at 3 touch points, and I have some who are at 4 touch points, some who are at 7, ready to buy for me. You know what I'm saying? So it looks like I'm constantly harvesting, but as I keep planting the seeds and I keep putting my content out there and I keep nurturing the social media garden that I have, all of the plants grow at different speeds, and then they come to me over time very consistently. This is the beauty. If you can push through those 90 days, it really can pay off with consistency, especially if you keep it up. That's the beauty of content marketing. That's the umbrella this falls under. If you can get past that first hard stage and keep it rolling, it does get easier. So not only do I have a bigger garden with more plants, for example, I've got a reputation now. People trust me, they know me, and I get referred more. The more people know me, the more I get referred. Great, that's another part that makes my client acquisition look so much easier now. And also, my algorithm is warmed up. It's kind of not fair, but it's just like Facebook sees that people like my posts, so they reward my posts with even more visibility. And in the beginning, it's just like your algorithm is a little bit cold, and you kind of do have to just kind of grind it out and post good stuff consistently before Facebook starts to kind of warm up, okay, she's posting at the same times, people are starting to. So again, that's why it makes it look so easy for us. But we all started in that place where it was seeds and it was rough and it was faith and it was grit. And if you're there, I know it's hard. There are other factors, of course, but I don't want you to be discouraged by it. So some factors are, I know someone who got results very fast. She got 4 new clients in the first new month of using my content membership when she signed up. That blew my mind. That's new to me. But she had a big audience that she was already active with, but now she had strategic content that she was posting consistently, and boom, 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 4 clients in the first month. Amazing. So that was her factor. She already was doing some things right, and it turned it over pretty fast for her. Do you already have a lot of business connections? I have another person who was able to get some pretty good results pretty fast because she was on LinkedIn. She had a lot of connections. She'd been an accountant on her LinkedIn profile. Everyone knew what she did, but she wasn't sure about what to post. And then when she had the content membership and she posted consistently, she just started to turn around. There was a point where she was, like really worried, like I need more business. What am I going to do? And all of a sudden those posts about her being worried dried up within a couple of months because this audience that already knew her suddenly was getting this good content, understand what she could give them, and then it turned it around. And now she's in a much better place. And then also, maybe you are posting every day. But again, I'm not going to get into the details of it here. I have other lives on like my YouTube channel and here on my page about what to write. But the quality of your content and what you're writing, it does need to be strategic. That does matter. So in general, I encourage you guys to share 3 types of posts. An engagement post, so that a very basic format that would be ask, share, ask. So for example, you ask, what's your favorite movie? My favorite movie is X. You share a picture of your favorite movie, and then you ask them again, so what's your favorite movie? I'd love to hear. You're starting conversation, you're getting them to comment on your post, and by commenting on your post more, because they're more likely to comment on that one than all your other beautiful value and sales posts, those comments will help build your algorithm, again, building the garden, bringing up the algorithm, making you more visible. Again, not something that happens overnight, pays off over time. But it could be that if you're posting every day, are you just posting, like work with me today, call me today? If you do nothing but sales posts, think about it. What would you do if you just saw commercials on the same channel over and over again? You'd stop watching that channel. So if you're never doing nothing but sales posts, they're gonna tune you out. But also, what if all you're doing is putting together beautiful quotes in Canva with your beautiful branding and beautiful logo, and all you're sharing is, have a beautiful day today, here's a quote from Mahatma Gandhi. You're just another person on Facebook, you're not a business, so they're not going to work with you. So there's a balance to your content that you need to work with, that you need to be aware of. Again, have an engagement post, have a value post, kind of like what I do with these lives. Help them, solve a problem for them, show that you're an expert in your field. And then also, once you've done those things, you can also sell to them. They can't buy from you if they don't know you're selling, but you can't just sell. That's what I'm talking about, the balance, the strategy. So those are some factors that could affect whether or not you're getting results, even if you feel like you have been posting consistently for quite a while. So, and here's also some ways to speed it up. 1, improve your content. Ta-da! Make your content more engaging. Help them solve problems, make it clear how what you do changes their life. So improve your content. That helps. Also, a lot of people don't like this, but if you have the guts, or if you have friends who can hold you accountable to it, do Facebook Lives. Facebook loves them. There's a reason why I keep doing these every week on my profile. It works. It brought up my visibility faster, and it helped people get to know me better. There's something about seeing my face and hearing my voice that makes me stand out differently than if I was just words on a page. I know it's hard, I know it's scary, but I know that you can do it because I was really freaked out too. It's just a muscle you exercise. It's not something you're born with, it's a muscle you exercise, and you do it scared. I'm always just have butterflies every week when I do this live. I'm afraid I'm not going to give you enough or screw up or whatever. You can do it scared, and you can exercise it like a muscle. Start small. It's okay. Just show up. It matters. Another way to speed things up, group interaction is always a good one. Find a place where entrepreneurs hang out. And even, I know common frustration is I can't post in there because the group rules. Okay, that's okay. Go in there and start replying to comments. Be helpful. Again, this takes time. It's not an overnight process. But again, you're growing a garden. You're growing from seeds. So you're trying to get known for what you do. So have conversations again. And if you want to learn how to do more like direct messaging stuff, go find Ryan Downey, her Uncensored Sales program. She's fantastic. She has great ways to help teach you how to, when you reach out in DMs, it's about getting to know them and serving them. It's not just about doing the, hey girl, I have a new program. She's great. So if you're interested in doing that, look her up. She's fantastic. Also, participate in a paid program. I've met clients and vendors that I've worked with through, coaching boot camps or things of that nature. There's something about having skin in the game that makes people more willing to interact with you or to feel more connected to you. I hired the VA I have. I met her through a sales boot camp I was in. It matters because sales comes from relationships. So think about where you can build relationships with those people. And also something else that helped me immensely when it came to being brave when I was scared and to following through when I didn't want to. Try and find business buddies, people who are in the same place as you, who are also scared about going live or who are also frustrated with posting but really want to, and help each other. Say, hey, I'm going to comment on your live, or hey, I'm going to comment on your post or share your post or whatever. It makes such a difference to have that energy. All along the route of my business, I've had a variety of mostly female entrepreneur friends, and they've made a huge difference for me as a person and as an entrepreneur and in growing my business. So that's what I would encourage you to do. All right, so the moral of the story is, if you've just been posting for 2 months to crickets, I don't want you to get discouraged. Because if you've been posting strategic content and doing it consistently for 2 months, you may just be 1 to 2 months away from those seeds finally starting to bear fruit. Again, people lurk. Another example I have for you, I want you to hold on to this as well. I did these lives for 6 months. I had a woman who she never commented, she never left a like. I don't even know if we were even we must have been friends. I can't remember, because I friend accountants still all the time. She watched my videos for 6 months without any interaction. And then finally she reached out to me. She sent me a message. She's like, I've been watching you for 6 months. I want to get started. Let's talk about doing some content for my business. And I'm like, she came out of left field. I didn't know she was there. And this is part of the faith, this is part of the grit thing. You're going to feel like no one's watching because you don't have likes and you don't have comments. Just because there aren't likes or comments, it doesn't mean that they're not watching. It doesn't mean that they're not building a relationship with you in their head, kind of, but building a relationship and trust with you nonetheless. So if you've had crickets for 2 months, don't get discouraged. You may be 1 to 2 months away, or if you make a tweak, you could be, not that far off either. So if you've been posting consistently for about 2 months, keep at it. Keep going. And if you want to make sure that you're in the right spot, take a look at your content and ask 3 questions just as a starting point. 1, am I posting consistently? Remember, I laid out the math for you earlier. If only 10% of your posts get seen, and it takes at least 5 touch points for someone to be ready to make a sale, that's 50 posts. That's 50 posts you got to put up before that person buys. So are you posting consistently? Number 2, are you posting strategically? Are you just doing sales posts? Are you just doing fluffy posts? Are you posting strategically? Again, I've got that content membership. I've got you set up. It's new content every single week. And I made sure that it's super affordable and basically copy and paste ready because I want you guys to succeed without having to break the bank. So are you posting strategically? Are you posting of a good quality? And then 3, are you continually connecting with new people who could use your services and help? Are you a bookkeeper who wants to connect with, entrepreneurs? For me, I'm always connecting, sending friend requests to new bookkeepers and accountants. Are you continually expanding your audience, the number of people who see your content? So that's what I've got for you. Again, if you're at the point where it's all seeds, I want to encourage you to hang in there. I know it's a really hard place to be because I was there not that long ago. But I'm really, really, really grateful that I hung in with it. Again, all my marketing is pretty much through social media. I don't have to pay for it. I built the relationships and the connections in the garden again, and it has paid off beautifully, and I'm super thankful for it, and I hope that you get to that point too. Anyways, you know where to find me. Again, if you're interested in the content membership, the link is in the description, as well as the link to my Facebook group. And if you have any questions, just reach out and I'll do whatever I can to help you. I've got a great team that I'm working, that I'm still getting used to that I have a team. I have a team. So reach out to me or my team and we'll do whatever we can to help you and make sure your content's helping your business, all right? All right, I'm gonna get out of here and I will talk to you guys later, okay? Have a good night.